picking that up. And good morning, baseball fans. We bring you back one more time the 2025 Perfect Game WWBA National Championships here in Hoover, Alabama. Chris Allard with the call today. It's been a great tournament as we continue to roll on. Day 7 here. Yesterday, Thursday, started bracket play. The Prospects 14U national team, they went back-to-back wins. They got their 2 out of the way. They'll play again today. And an opportunity for the Prospects to continue their journey through. Today, they'll be going up against the East Cobb Astros. On the defensive side for the Prospects, your home team, they'll get the bottom of the frame. Mason Moeller, the left-handed hurler, he'll take care of business there. Behind the plate, Mateo Victoria. Over on the first base side, Daniel D. Bedard. He'll manage things over there for the club. In the second base position for the Prospects, Blake Barbareno. Over in the 5 spot on third, Easton O'Quinn. Shortstop, Brandon Manavong. He'll take care of business there. And in the outfield over on the left side, Trey Lawrence will be out in left. And in center, Carter Nash. Rounding things out on the right side, Brody Taylor. That's the defensive set for your Prospects national team. And leading things off for the East Cobb Astros, Ashton Brown. Brown plays center field for the club. When they get on the defensive side, Ashton will step in to get things started off. Mike, your head umpire, he'll manage the game behind the plate. He'll keep things in check and under control. Jonathan down on the first base side, and KJ down on third. Correction, Jonathan at third, KJ at first. We're ready to go. Right side. And that ball gets over Brody Taylor's head there to the right side. And Ashton Brown on his way to third on one pitch. And opens up with a triple. So Taylor was a bit shallow. That ball was hit hard to the right side, and Brody Taylor opened up on the barrel and just couldn't get there. Ball had some carry there. Stepping in, William Gunn, the 2-hitter. Brown over at third, Moeller ready to deal. Pitch on the way. Good movement there, and a ball at the plate. The count is 1-0. And swing and a miss at the plate there. Moeller will even things up. The count goes to 1-1. And a ball out. And the count goes to 2-1. And Moeller, fastball, pumps it in at 81. And even things up here at 2-2. And a ball pulled foul down the third base side. And the count will hold it 2-2. So a 2-2 count here for Moeller. And up against a 2-hitter Gunn. Gunn plays right field for East Cobb, and Moeller ready to deal with Brown at third. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Moeller runs it inside, gets the lower third of the plate called. Gunn gets caught looking, And Moeller will get the strikeout. So Moeller gets the K, the 3-hitter. Hudson Bradford will step in. And Bradford steps in. Moeller, good movement off the pitch, missing there, and the count is 1-0. And Moeller, good pitch there, locating. Slider in for the strike, and the count evens up at 1-1. And the count goes to 2-1 here on Hudson Bradford, the 3-hitter. 1 out, top of the first frame, no score. And that ball bounces at the plate. And Moeller bounces it, and Ashton Brown will cross over, and East Cobb will come across first. As that ball bounced, and Victoria really didn't have an option there to even try to block it. And the count goes to 3-1. And Moeller answers back with a strike. The count goes full at 3-2. So fouled off in the box there, and Bradford will step back in. Moeller with a 3-2 count here. We'll go again with 1 out on the books. And a ball hit to the left side. That'll drop in for a single. And Bradford will get on board. Kellen Hoffman will step in as Coach Eric Ortiz, the pitching coach, heads out. And a quick word with Moeller, the prospects consulting here early on. Well, once again, you're enjoying the 2025 Perfect Game WWBA National Championships here at the Met Sports Complex just outside Hoover, Alabama. It's been a great tournament so far. Bracket play competition now underway. It started yesterday. Must-win situation in order to continue on. So Victorio and Coach Ortiz, quick conversation out on the hill, and Hoffman, the 4-hitter, will step in. 1 out. Bradford over at first. Bedard will hold him on. Moeller's got a direct line of sight, being a lefty looking at first base, and pitch on the way. And a good pitch there. Gets the outer third called. The count's 0-1 as Moeller opens up with a strike on Hoffman. And a ball out. The count goes to 1-1. And a back pick. Bedard's got to get the tag down, and back in time was Bradford. And a ball at the plate. The count is 2-1. And Moeller runs it up and out, and the count goes to 3-1. So Manavong comes in from short just to settle Moeller down some, saying, hey, you got this. Let's just work for strikes, and you got a good defense behind you. Now the 3-1 count here as Moeller gets ready to go. From the stretch, the 3-1 pitch. Moeller locates outside. So the fastball, the 3-2 pitch. Moeller popped up. Bedard starts to roll off. That ball's out of play, so no option there going into foul territory, and the 3-2 count holds here. No snap. And curveball in. Moeller gets the K, and a big out for Mason Moeller and the Prospects with 2 down here. So Hoffman will have a seat in the strikeout for Moeller, and Schoppemeyer will step in. Jack hits in the 5 spot, coming in as the DH here. He's got Bradford at first. Moeller ready to deal. Throw over to Bedard as D gathers, and back in time is Bradford. And a ball missing there. The count is 1-0. Time is called on the infield. Ball coming in from different fields around us. Beautiful location here at the Met Sports Complex, but lots of action going on, and occasionally you're going to get 1 or 2 in the field. And Moeller runs it up. Fastball missing. The count is 2-0. And a ball cut foul. Schoppemeyer takes a swing, and the count goes to 2-1. Ball's popped up into foul territory, and not able to make a move there as everybody rolled off. And the count will go to 2-2 for Moeller with 2 outs. .330 down to the corners. Deep field here. 375 in the power alleys and 400 dead center at the batter's eye. So it's a deep field here. Fly balls are typically not friendly, as playing deep, easy to track those down. The 2-2 pitch for Moeller. And a ball just missing out. The count goes full at 3-2. Runner goes, high pop up. Third base side, O'Quinn calls it off, gathering underneath the mound, and O'Quinn would pull it in. So, East Cobb Astros, they'll bring 1 over, and Prospects will get on the offensive side. They'll leave 1 on. And we'll head to the bottom of the first frame, 1-0, the 2025 Perfect Game WWBA. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, back to live action. We're ready to go here in the bottom of the first frame. Prospects will get on the offensive side. The defensive set, Brock Simpson, pitcher of record to start things off. Over in the 2 spot, Hudson Bradford behind the plate. And over in first base, John Brody Nichols. Over in the 4 spot, Florence. Over in the 5 spot, Kellen Hoffman. The 6 spot, Jack Green. 7 spot would be Mason Malone. Center fielder, Ashton Brown, and rounding things out, William Gunn over on the right side. That's the defensive set for the East Cobb Astros, and leading things off, Jordan Leon. And fastball out, the count is 1-0. And a cut at the plate there for Leon. And the count goes to 1-1. And a strike there. Leon takes a look. And Simpson will get it through. The count goes to 1-2. Slow roller, third base side. Leon's got good speed. And the ball's foul. Third baseman let that roll out a bit. And Hoffman picks it up out in foul territory, just short of the bag at third. So Leon will step back in with a ball and 2 strikes on him here in the bottom of the first frame. And a ball missing in there. The count evens up at 2-2. And a ball missing out. The count goes full at 3-2. So Jordan Leon laying off, and Mike, our head umpire, says no, it's outside. And Leon locked and loaded. The 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. So Leon patient at the plate. The leadoff hitter for the Prospects will get on board with a walk. Stepping in the 2-hitter, Blake Barberena. So Leon over at first. And Nichols, first baseman for East Cobb. A righty-lefty matchup here. Ball's upstairs, fastball missing. The count goes to 1-0. Leon with a modest lead over at first. A little bit of a secondary there. Ball's strike called outside, and the count goes to 1-1. Count goes to 2-1.
Hey, you're okay, Brock. You're okay, dude. You got it. Yeah.
And a strike outside. So the outside part of the plate, Barberena is going to need to pinch in a little bit. As that ball's being called out, Blake laying off, and the count goes to 2-2. The 2-2 pitch, ball upstairs, missing. The count goes full at 3-2.
Let's go.
So Barberena
Be aggressive, Barb.
will load up here, and a 3-2 count. With Leon at first, the 3-2 pitch, and a ball's cut foul. As Barberena takes a swing and fouls it off. And Barberena takes another cut, so Blake staying active at the plate and fouling off here, and the 3-2 count holds again. Mike puts it in, Jordan Leon at first. Nichols holds him on. The 3-2 pitch, ball 4. So Barberena on board with a walk.
Let's go, Easton.
So back-to-back walks issued by Simpson. And Easton O'Quinn will step in. So a pair of walks issued for Simpson, and runners at first and second for the Prospects. As Easton O'Quinn steps in. And runners at first and second for the Prospects. No outs, bottom of the first frame. Easton O'Quinn, a high fly ball in the gap. That's shallow. A little bit of trouble there, and the shortstop's able to make the play. And not back in time. Jordan Leon with a huge mistake for Leon. He was halfway to third and didn't come back quick enough. And the Prospects would like to have that back. Carlos Avila not happy with that move. And like that, 2 outs. So stepping in, Carter Nash with 2 down. Barberena at first. Nash takes a cut, fouled off. The count is 0-1. And a big cut at the plate. And the count goes to 0-2 to Carter Nash. Barberena at first. Nash looking for a knock. And a ball missing out. The count goes to 1-2. Time called at the plate. And Nash will step out and reload. And strike 3, the Prospects. With a broken play at second, Leon gets picked off on a flyout. And not coming back in time, and the Prospects, they'll leave one on. We'll head to the second. We'll be right back. Well, bringing you back into live action, we're ready to go here. We're through one in the top of the second here. Stepping in number 11, the 6-hitter, 6'7", Mason Malone will step in. Curveball in for the strike, and Mueller opens up there. And that ball gets away from Moeller. Humidity is high here, and Moeller will grab that rosin bag and dry his hand off a bit. Sometimes it's hard to get a grip with all that moisture, and the count goes to 1-1. That ball's hit deep. And Carter Nash goes deep to the wall there, right into the warning track. And a deep, deep stroke there. A big swing for Malone. But Carter Nash was able to pull it in off the barrel. A big fly out to left center. And Carter Nash pulls it in as Malone is out there, and Nichols will step in and look at a ball. The count is 1-0. And a good pitch there for Moeller, locating the outer third. They'll even things up, and the count goes to 1-1. And a ball just missing on the outer third, and the count goes to 2-1. And Moeller runs it inside and low, and the count goes to 3-1. Back up the middle, and that'll get through. And on board with a single. So Malone gets on board. And Green will step in. Green hitting in the 8 spot with 1 out here in the top of the second frame. 1-0 East Cobb. Able to bring 1 over in the first frame. Bedar holds on over at first. And good movement there from Moeller as he runs it inside, and the count is 0-1.
Sorry in advance for making things awkward.
No. There's one. That's not right there. This one.
So 1-1 count. And a 2-1 count. And a strike inside. Moeller makes the adjustment, comes in there and gets the strike called. And it's a 2-2 count with 1 out. Nichols over at first as Bedar holds him on. Ooh.
Too much plate.
And the count goes full at 3-2. And a ball pulled foul down the third base side. And the 3-2 count holds here on the 8-hitter, Jack Green. So Moeller looking for an out pitch here. Nichols over at first, and Bedar continuing to hold him on. From the stretch, the 3-2 pitch one more time. And did not go, and Moeller puts him on with a walk. And stepping in, the 9-hitter Florence. So Victorio heads out to the mound to talk to Moeller to settle him down a little bit. With 1 out and runners at first and second. Possible bunt here coming up to move the runners. Easton O'Quinn at third even with the bag, Bedard as well. And a lefty-lefty matchup here. And Moeller gets it through. He'll open up with a strike. The count is 0-1. And a ball cut foul out of play to the left side. And Moeller working ahead in the count here at 0-2.
Hey, now you got to track it. Nobody better with you. Let's go for 5. Don't give up on the offense. Track.
Slow roller. They go one there, and they get the advancing runner. Bedard went to Manavong. And runners at the corners with 2 outs. Ashton Brown will step back in. Brown tripled to the right side. Brody Taylor was shallow. I'm sure he'll make an adjustment here. Well, the prospect's looking for an out. Astros looking for a knock here. Runner moves up and lean over to second. And a ball at the plate. Count is 1-0. And a good looking pitch there. The count goes to 1-1. So 1-2 count. And a ball fouled off to the right side and out of play. So Moeller and the prospects looking for their third out here in the top of the second.
Hey, nobody better, AB. Let's go, buddy.
The 1-2 pitch. Chop foul. Just slightly past the 11 a.m. hour here this Friday. Day number 7 of the 2025 Perfect Game WWBA here at the Met Sports Complex. Been a great tournament so far, as a handful of teams continue to battle it out to get a shot at the title of Championship Day tomorrow, Saturday. Must-win situation here for either team to move on. The 1-2 pitch. And outside, the count goes to 2-2. So Brown will step back in with a 2-2 count on him and 2 outs. We're in the top of the second. 2s across the board. Victorio sets up. Strike 3 called, and Mason Moeller Gets the outer third called, and a good-looking pitch there. They'll strand two, the Prospects. Tight action here. We'll head to the bottom of the second frame. A 1-0 game. East Cobb over the Prospects. Prospects will get on the offensive side. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, back to live action, ready to go here. Nateo Victoria will step in for the Prospects. And the count is 1-0. The Prospects here will go 5, 6, 7 hitters. Prospects looking to get that one back to even things up. It's a 1-0 affair early on. And coming inside, a good pitch there for Simpson. And he'll get the strike called on the inner third. The count evens up at 1-1. And ball 2 on the outside part of the plate. The count goes to 2-1. And Victorio takes a cut, foul, left fielder, long way to go. No play there in foul territory. And the count evens up at 2-2 on Victorio. Well, a must-win situation for either club in order to move on. Here in day 2. Correction of the bracket play action. Victorio, the second baseman, routine play there, so 4-3 put out. And Victoria will have a seat. Day 7 of competition, day 2 of bracket play.
Hey, would you trade away Marvin Harrison for CeeDee Lamb?
And Trey Lawrence will step in for the Prospects. Lawrence sitting in the 6th spot with 1 out. And the ball just missing there. The count is 1-0.
I would take CeeDee. That's a great pitch, Broad. Hey, come on now.
I would definitely give up Marvin.
And a 2-0 count to Trey Lawrence. And a strike outside. Simpson makes the adjustment, runs it out, gets the call. And the count goes to 2-1. And a big cut at the plate. And the count is 2-2. Strike three. Lawrence gets caught looking. 2 down for these Cobb Astros, and Brody Taylor will step in.
Item baby, rock. Go.
So Taylor will step in here with 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the second, 1-0 Astros. Taylor takes a swing and a miss there. The count is 0-1.
Baby, 1-7.
And a strike inside. So Taylor takes a look there. The count's 0-2. Taylor pulls it foul to the right side. Coach Trey over on the first base side. Good grab there. Coach Carlos down on the third base side, head coach for the Prospects. The 0-2 count to Taylor. And a ball missing. The count goes to 1-2.
Shapes and sizes, baby.
Are you okay, rock?
Pineapples, sure. Big upside down pineapple. Big upside down pineapple. I told her I'm gonna start handing out phones.
And the count evens up at 2-2 on Taylor.
The next person, it says she's 17.
The 2-2 pitch. Taylor, second baseman, routine play there. They go 1-2-3. And we'll go to the third, 1-0. Low scoring affair so far. Prospects trying to get something going. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, bringing you back in live. We're ready to go here. We've been through 2 frames, and the Prospects trying to get on the board for their club. It's a low-scoring affair. East Cobb was able to bring one over in the first frame as we're here in the top of the third. Stepping in, William Gunn, the 2-hitter. They go 2-3-4 here in the top of the third. Moeller stays on the hill. Mike puts it in play. We're ready to go. And a strike there at the plate. And Mueller will open up there, and the count is 0-1. A 1-1 count. So Moeller. And that gets away. The count goes to 2-1. And Moeller locates. Good movement there, and the count goes to 2-2. So the 2-2 count to the two-hitter Gunn. Mueller shakes off there, and Victorio sets up. The 2-2 pitch. And well hit ball into the gap. And a single on board for the two-hitter Gunn, and Bradford will step in. And the count is 1-0. So Bradford laying off there. Bedar over at first base for the Prospects, holding on Gunn over at first. Moeller working from the stretch. High fly ball. Trey Lawrence, Carter Nash calling it off from center field, and a good route for Nash to his right. He'll pull it in, and the Prospects will get their first out on the books. So Nash reels it in, pulls one over, and one on the books for them, and stepping in the three-hitter, Hoffman. Kretschmann, the four-hitter, Hoffman. Pitch on the way, Moeller missing there. The count is 1-0. Runner on the go. Victorio, good throw down, and that ball in and out of the glove of Manavong. And moving up 90 feet and a ball at the plate, the count's 2-0. So Gunn moves up 90 feet to second, and the count is 2-0. Do you have 1-0 or 2-0? Call strike. 1-1. Thank you. And a strikeout. The count goes to 1-2. So Hoffman had a 1-2 count on him. And a lot of shuffling there over at second with Manavong. So 2-1 count. Now that we get that straightened out, we're good to go. MC's got it locked in. Pitch on the way. Ball misses out, and the count goes to 3-1. So Hoffman, the four-hitter, with a 3-1 count on him. And ball four, Moeller goes low, and here comes Coach Eric Ortiz out to the mound. And that might be short work possibly for Moeller, hard to say. Ortiz out for a solo conversation. Stay with us. 2025 Perfect Game WWBA here at the Met Sports Complex. Chris Allard with the call. I'll be right back. So Schoppemeyer will step in, runners at first and second, one out. And a ball low, the count is 1-0. Schoppemeyer asks for time, and Mike grants it. Head umpire as Schoppemeyer steps out. And Moeller and the prospects looking for an out here with runners at first and second. Pitch on the way. Ball's hitting the gap deep. Carter Nash is going to have to go a long way. There's no play there. And he'll bring it in a strong arm there and on board with a single. And that's going to be it for Moeller as Ortiz is heading out. And that could be it. Short work for Moeller here. So a single to load the bases. The 2025 Perfect Game WWBA National Championships, and that's going to be it for Mason Moeller. So Moeller, and he'll step off the mound, and pitching change coming forth. Moeller just didn't have his best stuff today, but a fine pitcher nonetheless. And he contributes a lot to the Prospects organization. And I'm sure Moeller not really happy with his performance, but get a pitching change here, and Jordan Leon will take over for the Prospects. Stay with us. We'll get some warm-up tosses. A pitching change here in the top of the third with one out. Bases loaded. We'll be right back. So Coach Ortiz and the Prospects, they make the pitching change here, and Jordan Leon will take over on the hill with one out. We're in the top of the third. We're through two complete. Astros were able to bring one over in the first, and the bases loaded with one down. Quick conversation up the line to have a conversation with the six-hitter Malone, who will step in. A force anywhere for the Prospects. And Malone steps in, and Jordan Leon ready to go, working from the stretch. Moeller will own the runners. And Leon and his club looking for an out. Swing and a miss there. The count is 0-1. And back-to-back, a cut there at the plate, and Jordan Leon works ahead, and the count is 0-2. So Leon well ahead here at an 0-2 count on the six-hitter Malone. So Leon looking for an out pitch. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Jordan Leon comes in a huge exchange there. And Leon will get the K. And a big, big moment for the Prospects here. with 2 outs now on the books. The 7-hitter, Nichols, will step in. Shallow, Barberena, the prospects, they dodge a bullet. They strand 3. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's a good one. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, bringing you back in, Noah Gerolimic will start things off for the prospects. As Brock Simpson stays on the hill for the Astros, we're ready to go. And a ball missing there. The count's 1-0. We're in the bottom of the 3rd, low scoring. As I mentioned, Astros were able to bring 1 over in the 1st. And a ball out. The count goes to 2-0. So Gerolimic patient here. And the count goes to 2-1. Gerolimic left side, that could drop in, and it does. So like that, Gerolimic gets on board with a single. So the prospects coming to life here in the bottom of the 3rd. And Bedard will step in. So Carlos Avila over on the third base side, communicating with Bedard as Bedard will step in. Nichols will hold him on. Gerolimic's got good speed and a ball outside to Bedard. The count's 1-0. A little bit of Gerolimic over at first, as I mentioned. Nichols holds him on, ball low. And he went at the plate there. And the count goes to 1-1 on Bedard.
Hang out with you for a minute.
The 1-1 pitch. Bunt attempt there, fouled off.
All the things that I could be doing.
And the count goes to 1-2.
Where's Kate at today?
So Gerolimic over at first for the prospects. Nichols holds him on. And a ball up. The count goes even to 2-2. So Simpson with a 2-2 count. A ball at the plate there. And a ball up, and the count goes to 2-2. So Simpson running the fastball out, but are not chasing there. And a 2-2 count. No outs, Gerolamick over at second. On deck, Brandon Manavong. Bedard will step out. The prospects knocking on the door here. Low-scoring affair.
I got to sleep in this morning.
Simpson ready to go. Bedard takes the cut, fouls it off.
I literally never get to sleep in ever. I say sleep in. I got up about 8:30.
I don't think I've slept past 9 o'clock in years.
I couldn't tell you last time I was over there. Even if it's a day, like I literally am off, and don't have anything to do. I'm like, I'm not getting up to 10 or 11. I'm always still up at about 7:30.
So Bedard will step back in here with a 2-2 count and no outs. Bottom of the third. Simpson ready to go from the stretch. Ball's up, and the count goes full at 3-2. So Simpson runs it upstairs on Bedard, and he'll step back in. Gerolamick at second. Defense is ranged up. The 3-2 pitch. Slow roller. Third base side, they're going to hold the runner in Gerolamick, and they'll get Bedard down the line. So one out, and Manavong will step in for the prospects.
But every team left in this tournament right now.
So Brandon Manavong, the shortstop for the club, will step up. Green over at short for the Astros in the back pocket of Gerolamick, kind of shuffling around him a bit. Simpson ready to deal. Pitch on the way. Manavong looks at a strike, and the count is 0-1. Prospects here with Manavong. We'll head back to the top with Jordan Leon. Time is called. Mike grants it at the plate, and Manavong will step out. So a big inning for the prospects here. An important one nonetheless here as we're moving along in the bottom of the third. The ball is up. The count evens up at 1-1. So even money here for Simpson as Brock takes Manavong to a 1-1 count. And Green, Jack over at shortstop, again in tight on Gerolamick as Simpson takes a look. And a ball just missing there. The count goes to 2-1. So Manavong being patient. Ball looked good coming over and a little elevated. Kind of hard to tell from where we are, but nonetheless, the 2-1 pitch. Manavong, well hit ball, gets through on a 5-6 side, and Noah Gerolamick will move over to third. So Manavong gets on board, and the prospects have runners at the corners, and Jordan Leon will step in. So the prospects knocking on the door here in the bottom of the frame. And the prospects being the home team gets the bottom half, and we're in a tight moment here for the Astros. And fastball out, the count goes to 1-0. So Jordan Leon not biting there. And Manavong over at first as Nichols will hold him on. Strike there. Simpson makes the adjustment, runs it in. The count goes to 1-1.
You never got to have anxiety.
So Gerolamick at third. A big moment for the prospects. They're trying to get one and get even. And hit by pitch there, a dead ball. And did they call a dead ball at the plate? And I'm not sure what that was, a foul ball.
I
So a foul ball at the plate. Mike made the call there. It's a ball and 2 strikes. So a big moment for Simpson, a big moment for Leon. The 1-2 pitch. Jordan Leon left side, foul. And Leon, good idea, pulling it down the third base line. And Leon will step back in at a ball and 2 strikes. Manavong at first, runners at the corners, 1 out, bottom 3. That ball's deep, center fielder backing up and tagging up from third. They're going to cut it in, and that's going to be it. We tie. So a tie game on a sacrifice fly to center. And Jordan Leon answers the call. And the Prospects tie things up here in the bottom of the third. So 2 outs, and Blake Barberena will step in. So a high leverage moment there pays off for the Prospects, and Manavong over at first. A 1-1 tie in the bottom of the third. Right side, fair. That ball's deep. Manavong's got good speed. Right fielder's got to go a long way. He's just getting it Karam. There's no way they're going to play it at home. And Manavong will score, and Barberena in with a triple. So Blake Barberena pulls the trigger down the first base line and all the way to the corner. At 3:30, caromming around the backstop, the right fielder. It took him a while to get there, and Manavong with good wheels from first to home. And Barberena answers back. It's a 2-1 game. Easton O'Quinn will look at a strike, excuse me, with Barberena at third. O'Quinn trying to cash in on his man Barberena after a triple. And the go-ahead run. High chopper, that should be a routine play there. And that'll turn it over. They get the out on O'Quinn, like to have it back, but the Prospects, they move ahead on Barberena's triple. It's 2-1. We'll head to the fourth. It's a good one, the 2025 Perfect Game WWBA National Championships. Chris Allard with the call. It's been a great tournament. We're in bracket play here, day number 2. A must-win situation. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, we're ready to go here to start the fourth. As the Prospects moving ahead on Barberena's triple. It's a 2-1 game. CT over East Cobb. And we're ready to go here. Jordan Leon opens up with a strike at the plate. Appeal down to first base says yes, he did go. And the count is 0-1. Nichols looks at, and hit by pitch. Jordan Leon like to have that back. And Florence will step in. Florence will step in with Green over at first. Foul ball, bunt attempt up the third base line. The count is 0-1. And runner on the go, and a throw down, one hopper. And off the bag, he's out! And a huge play at second for the Prospects. And the infield umpire was all over the call as the coach from third's coming in saying, wait a minute. And the runner was off the bag, and Barberena was all over him. And I'll use that line, the turf monster got him.
That was a good job. That was a good job of that fielder though to stay off, keep that tag on him.
So the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on the 9-hitter Florence. And the bags are empty here as the runner on his way to second. And a long way to go. Could be a play in foul territory. And Trey Lawrence off the barrel heads into the warning track, into the fence. He opens up the gate at the same time. And Trey Lawrence shows some athleticism there on the fly out, 2 down. Back to the top of the order. Ashton Brown will step in with 2 outs. Jordan Leon, curveball for the strike. The count is 0-1.
I would have been out there. First thing I would have done was walking back to the line. That's the best thing. They started that in the COVID year.
And swing at the plate. Did he go? They're not appealing. Its count goes to 1-1.
Now high school.
The 1-1 pitch for Leon. Ball low. The count goes to 2-1. Manavong. Yes, what a play there. Brandon Manavong. He released quickly from shortstop and attacked the ball off the barrel and fired it to Bedar. 6-3 put out. A 1-2-3 frame. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. The Prospects leading this one 2-1. Well, Carter Nash looks at a ball on the outside. The count is 2-0 as Nash lays off there. And a strike. The count goes to 2-1. So Nash will lock back in here, and the 2-1 count to Carter Nash. And swing and a miss there. Long swing for Nash, and the count goes to 2-2. And a ball missing there. Nash lays off, and the count goes full at 3-2. So our head umpire Mike says a full count as Nash locks back in. The 3-2 pitch. And swing and a miss. Strikeout for Nash, and Simpson gets the K. A curveball. And a swing and a miss there, and Victoria will step in. 1 out, bottom of the 4th. And Victoria will step in. And a ball out, the count's 1-0. High clouds come in, it kind of cools things off a little bit. Not too bad today. Well hit ball in the gap. Center fielder, good routine play there and pulls it in. As I've said before, fly balls are not your friend in these deep fields. And Victoria will have a seat. 2 outs, and Trey Lawrence will step in. So Trey will step in with 2 outs. Base is empty. And Simpson ready to go. Big cut at the plate. The count is 0-1. And Lawrence lays off. The ball's low. The count goes to 1-1. And a ball missing on the inner third there, and the count goes to 2-1. And a 3-run count to Trey Lawrence. So Lawrence and the prospects trying to extend the inning here with 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. And the 3-1 pitch. Well hit ball, center field, line drive right up the middle. And as I mentioned, those are the swings that you want, and line drives are way more advantageous versus the high flyouts unless you're clearing the yard. So Lawrence gets on board with a single, and Brody Taylor will step in. Trey Lawrence with good speed, as Green over at first base for East Cobb will hold him on. Simpson working from the stretch, a throw over, and Trey Lawrence gets back. Simpson's got some zip on his fastball. So a little challenging depending on what he's throwing, and the ball is low and out. The count goes to 1-0. And a ball out, missing, fastball, 83 on the outer side of the plate, and count goes to 2-1. Runner goes, slow roller. And they'll get Taylor down the line, and that'll turn it over. They leave 1 on the bags. We'll head to the 5th, 2-1 prospects. The count is 1-2 here at the plate. As I mentioned, a 2-3-4 hitters here. Jordan Leon ready to deal. The 1-2 pitch is low, and the count goes to 2-2. We're in the fifth, 2-1 Prospects. Albarena was able to bring home Manavong from, and swing and a miss. And a good pitch there and a strikeout for Jordan Leon. And the three-hitter, Bradford, will step in with 1 out.
Is this the same kid that started the game?
And Leon opens up with a strike. The count is 0-1 as Bradford steps out and will step back in here. Mike puts it in play. And good movement there.
Where's this ZT team? Where are they out of?
So drop 3 there, and Victoria will take care of it. Send it down to Bedard, and 2 outs on the books. And a swing at the plate. The count's 0-1. Hoffman takes a cut there. And Jordan Leon opens up with the strike and ready to go the 0-1 pitch. Good curveball there. And the count goes to 0-2. Actually a slider there on the 0-2 pitch. And the count goes to 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Leon, strike 3 called. Jordan Leon doing his thing. His stuff is working today, and the Prospects will go to the bottom of the 5th in a 1-2-3 inning. We'll be right back. Well, bringing you back in, Noah Gerolimic looks at a fastball outside and misses there. The count is 1-0. The Prospects here in the 5th frame go 8, 9, 10 with Gerolimic. Looks at ball 2, and the count is 2-0. So Gerolimic patient at the plate. Simpson continuing to throw fastballs. And a ball low. The count goes to 3-0. So 3-0 count to Gerolimic. And a strike outside. Geralamick taking all the way, and the count goes to 3-1. And ball 4. So Geralamick gets on board with a walk. And Danielle Bedard will step in. We're in the bottom of the 5th frame. Prospects leading this one 2-1. Bedard will step in with Geralamick over at first. And the count is 0-1. So time called. The coach heads out to talk to his pitcher. We'll be right back. Well, Bedard will step back in with a throw over to first, and Geralamick with good speed. He can be a threat on the bases as Nichols holds him on. And a ball up and out. The count goes to 1-1. And Bedard takes a cut, and the count goes to 1-2 for Brock Simpson. Bedard, slow roller, and there'll be no play at second, and Bedard does his job and moves the runner over. So Geralamick ends up at second and 1 out on the books, and Brandon Manavong will step in. So Manavong steps in with Geralamick at second, and on deck Jordan Leon for the Prospects. Manavong ready to go. Push bunt up the first base side, and a good play there. So Manavong does what he needed to do. But right into the glove of Green. Correction. Apologies, the first base side. That's Nichols. And 2 outs. So 2 down. And Jordan Leon steps in, looking for a line drive here. And the count, ball is low. Jordan lays off. The count is 1-0. And a strike outside. And the count goes to 1-1. And a ball up, the count goes to 2-1. So Leon laying off there. And time is called as the catcher heads out to the mound. Talk to Simpson. A 2-1 count to Leon. And And Leon looks at a strike. If you see the ball, you got to pull the trigger, and a 2-2 count. And Gerolimic got pushed over to third, the 2-2 pitch. And the ball's cut foul at the plate. And the count holds at 2-2. Leon left side fair. That ball's in play. And here comes Gerolimic and Jordan Leon. He's on his way to second and in with a double and an RBI. So Leon pulls it down the third base side and ends up at second and an RBI. Well, the prospects will pick up their third here, and that's going to probably be it for Simpson as he's getting close to the maximum daily count of 95, and they'll probably let him go as far as he can. Perhaps I see a player over on the right side, and it looks like that might be it, or maybe they'll let him go one more batter. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So Brock Simpson will step off the mound and did a fine job for the Astros all the way through. They're going to bring in a new pitcher, and that pitcher record will be Hammonds, wears number 5 on his uniform. Right-handed pitcher. We'll get some warm-up tosses, and we'll be ready to go. We'll be right back. All right, we're ready to go here. Everett Hammonds takes over. He's a lefty. And a lefty-lefty matchup, Barberena. Charlie Blaylock will run over at second. Pitch on the way. And ball's in for a strike. 12-6 curve?
Yep.
Jeez. I haven't seen one of those at about 70 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour.
61.
How many out? Attention. And the 0-1 pitch forthcoming. Hammonds takes a look at second. And locating there in the outside part of the plate. And Hammonds works ahead here at an 0-2 count. Taking over for Brock Simpson, who did a nice job for the club. And Jordan Leon got a double and an RBI to move ahead at 3. And that ball misses the count as 1-2. So Barberena looking for a knock here. The 1-2 count. Hammonds takes a look. Pitch on the way. Ball's out. The count goes to 2-2.
Way to frame it, Huddy. Way to frame it. Way to work back there.
A 2-2 count. And Hammond's rolling off there, and time called at the box. It's granted by Mike, our head umpire. All of the crew here today doing a nice job for perfect game. Mike managing the game. And a 2-2 count. Barberena right side in the gap. That ball could drop in. No, a good grab from the center fielder and a really good route to get there. So Ashton Brown pulls it in for the third, but the Prospects move ahead 3-1. We'll go to the sixth. With it. Jordan Leon staying on the hill, opens up with a strike. The count is 0-1. And swing at the plate. And Leon opens up with Schoppemeyer here in the 5 spot and an 0-2 count on him. Brandon Manavong, one hop, a good glove for Manavong, an excellent play, well executed over on the 6-3 side. So on the books, a 6-3 put out for Manavong over to Bedard, and they pick up their out. Mason Malone will step in. So Malone steps in. Again, curveball just missing. And the count is 1-0. And fastball. Low and out. The count's 2-0. And ball just missing inside, and count goes to 3-0. And Leon, fastball outside at 85. So Jordan Leon, a 3-1 count here. And a good-looking fastball outside. Leon to deal the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count goes full at 3-2. Strike 3 call, Jordan Leon. And a strikeout at the plate, and Leon will pick up the second out. And a strike there. The count is 0-1.
Make that 30 seconds.
And swing and a miss there. The count is 0-2. So Jordan Leon. As Nichols looks at an 0-2 count. Time is called. And Coach Eric Ortiz heads out to the mound. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So Jordan Leon, an 0-2 count here with 2 outs. Pitch on the way, ball is low, and the count goes to 1-2. And Leon, strike 3 called. Good looking pitch there for Jordan, and Leon continues to roll, and we'll head to the 7th, bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back. Well, Easton O'Quinn looks at a ball. The count is 1-0. And a 2-0 count to O'Quinn. We're in the bottom of the 6th frame here. Prospects leading 3-1. And a strike there. The count goes to 2-1. And O'Quinn to the right side, fouls it off. And the count goes to 2-2. High pop-up, right side, to second baseman rolling in, and the first out on the books. And a strike at the plate. The count is 0-1 to Carter Nash. And a 1-1 count. And a 2-1 count here, pitch on the way. And a ball to the right side. Right fielder backing up, should have a routine play there. And 2 outs. And the count is 0-1. And the count goes to 1-1. So Carlos Avila having a word with Victorio. So a 1-1 count to Victorio here. And a strike there. Count goes to 1-2. And Victorio. Game.
I'm out of time. That's
So a good matchup with 2 outstanding clubs. Time expired on the ball popped up for Victorio and the East Cobb Astros. A good showing for their club and the ZT Prospects 14U national team. Continue to roll on. So the next game coming up, they'll shake hands at the field. And that'll do it there. So that's game. They close it out, and the Prospects will move on. And stay with us. We'll be right back to close it out. Well, the Prospects, what a game there. They win it 3-1, and they'll play game number 2 coming up against USA Prime. For now, this one's in the book, saying thank you for watching here, and we'll see you at the next game.